Hello, this is Lee Anthony Davis coming in late. Sorry about that. Here with another video on YouTube for my channel. Today is Saturday, the 2nd of September, and here I will announce Group of the Day and Contribute of the Day. This is my choice on Facebook, and I've been doing it for a long time on there now, so they all know about that, and just sort of why I would do that. Well, I had a comment earlier saying, who are you and why are you recommending this? Well, I'll tell you who I am. My name is Lee Anthony Davis, and I like to put something back into Facebook, and I think most groups on there are unappreciated, so I like to just sort of highlight them and show that with a few other people working with me on this, they let me know what kind of groups are the ones to sort of join. So it could be saying it's a recommendation to join the group because the group is a great group. There's no hating, no, and all that. It's fair and unbiased, So that's why I choose these groups. That's why I've been doing it for a long time. I've only just recently done it on YouTube, announced group of the day and contribute of the day. But I had a comment saying exactly that, and I said to myself, right, I'll make this. I'm not making a video for that. I'm just explaining myself. I know I don't have to justify myself, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm doing it because I want to do it. So I've removed that comment straight away, and I've got rid of him. So he was a subscriber, but I don't need subscribers like that. So anyway, getting back to the point, yes, it's Saturday, the 2nd of September, and I'm going to give you a rundown in a minute. In a moment, it's Group of the Day. That's my announcement on who I think was Group of the Day for Friday, the 1st of September. And then it's Contribute of the Day. This is the person that I've seen posting all day on Facebook, and they deserve a shout out, So I add that in, and then I will move on to the birthday announcements, and then a bit of Doctor Who news. It's a bit of a bombshell, but to me it isn't. I already knew, but I'll get into that in a moment. Also, I've got an update on my page and group that's out now on Facebook, and also I'll be posting a Sarah Jane Adventures trailer as soon as I've done this video and finished, because I'm doing one a night, so there you go. Also, the moment you've been waiting for, at the end of the night, my Doctor Who merchandise. I will show you some more of I've got some more Daleks to show you. Anyway, let's get on with this. Right, group of the day for Saturday the 2nd, no, sorry, group of the day for Friday the 1st of September goes to the New Avengers group. If you don't know what the New Avengers is, well, it was a sort of a spin-off from the Avengers in the 60s, and this had Joanna Lumley and Gareth Hunt and of course John Steed, played by Patrick Macnee. It's basically lasted for 2 seasons, I think, and eventually it was made by a Canadian broadcast company. So I don't think it got. I think it was a real good idea, but I think it already been, it already gone full circle in the 60s with Diana Rigg and Honor Blackman, and I can't remember the year for one, but anyway, but Joanna Lumley was the new Avengers girl in this. She's pretty good in it as well. So, and they had some pretty good moments with some old enemies like the Cybernauts and stuff like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to waffle on about that. So, the New Avengers is my group of the day for Friday the 1st of September. Right, contributor of the day goes to Jeffrey Keep. I said King, didn't I? Jeffrey Keep, as in I'll keep it. Jeffrey Keep. That's Keep. Keep. Right. Thank you very much. Well done to you lot. Well appreciated. That's why I'll give you a shout out. I'll post you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my story. So anyway, moving on. Birthday announcements. These people are celebrating their birthdays today. They are Ronald Brules, Rose Tyler. Yes, I know it's not. Well, I mean, who would call themselves Rose Tyler unless they model themselves off the character of Doctor Who? But it might be a real person, who knows? But Rose Tyler is celebrating her birthday, so Sarah Taylor, David Port Wood, and Linda Coy, who's someone I know very well. She was on my groups when I was doing a lot of groups on Facebook back a few years back. She was always joining, so I'll give her a particular big shout out to Linda Coy, having a happy birthday, and also to the other ones I've just mentioned. So wish them well if you know them. If not, why not just give them something like a happy birthday from blah blah blah. But it doesn't matter. But like I said, you've heard them on here first. Right, so moving on to the news now. You know, the Doctor Who news. Now this is something that's close to me heart. Now, it's not news at all to those that are in the know. The Doctor Who, the new Doctor Who, Ncuti Gatwa, who will be starting off 14th and 15th season when it starts, I don't know, in November, is it? November? And he's actually come out and admitted he's gay on Il magazine. He did an interview with him, and he's sort of a part of this political thing, the GB something, I don't know. I think Jodie Whittaker was part of the LG. I don't know. I don't follow these political movements. Anyway, Russell T Davies, obviously we know he's homosexual. It doesn't matter. Now, what worries me, now they've got these actors and actresses playing it, I'm more worried about it's turning into a bloody, sorry about language, but it's turning into a ruddy pantomime like it was with Colin Baker and JNT. Because JNT, obviously, you know, was gay. And he used to put his personality into the show, and it wasn't a good idea because it ruined it for Colin Baker. The multicoloured swap shop coat he was wearing was JNT's idea. Colin Baker wanted to wear all black, you know, and it ruined his chances of establishing himself as a character, as the Doctor, because we know he can act, but he wasn't given the chance. He was given bad scripts, and basically it made a fool of him, you know. It made a fool of him, and I don't blame him one bit when he didn't want to do the regeneration. He basically stuck his fingers up to the BBC and said, no way. Said, I'm busy anyway, and if I wasn't busy, I would be busy. And I can understand why he would turn around and say no. And that's when we had that ludicrous regeneration with Sylvester McCoy with a Harpo wig on. It just looked so obvious it was Sylvester McCoy. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That is what worries me. I don't mind him being gay. I don't mind him being transgender. I don't mind any of them, as long as Doctor Who is given a strong projection to the audience. I don't mind it. I mean, my idea of a Doctor is John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton, even William Hartnell. Peter Davison was not bad, but he had a lot of problems with JNT. That's why I think he had enough of the show and he wanted to get out, because he's a professional actor. Tom Baker had charisma, bags of it. That's why he came across well with the audience. Even when he started, the audience took to him very quickly. And John Pertwee had that panache about him, you know. He was the only one that could get away with wearing frilly shirts, and he's the only guy that could do it, wearing the cape and the trilby hat, whatever. He was good. And they had a decent showrunner at the time called Barry Letts. The showrunners now are not up to that standard, and it got worse when Barry Letts was basically executive producer watching over JNT, so he sort of kept an eye on what he was doing, because he was sort of he just got the job. He used to be a floor manager. Now I don't know how he would be considered for that, but obviously he was a very good PR man. He's very good at talking, and he got the job. But Tom Baker didn't get on with him, and I'm not surprised. He put these silly question marks on it, and I think Tom Baker completely exploded. He didn't hang around. Usually the actor would engage with the scripts and stuff, but he didn't want to know. Once he'd done his bit, he didn't want to watch the rest of them. He just got out of there. He went down for a pint. That's Tom Baker for you. Anyway, unfortunately, this is what worries me, is is Russell T Davies, RTD, going to take it down the same route? Is it going to turn into a complete pantomime? That's what worries me. Not because the colour, because that's not an issue with me. I always wanted to see a black actor take the role. I really did. There's loads of them around, and they were bloody good. They were even in the show. There was talk of them doing it, but they didn't give it to him. But they're giving it to this guy for a reason, and I don't like the reason. You know, you always must give. There must be the right actor for the right. It's like putting a Derby horse in the Grand National, isn't it? Is, you know, he might be full of power, and he might be full of projection, but he might not have the stamina, and that's what worries me. He might not be able to sort of show the charisma that the other doctors did. You know, I know they want to get away from all that, but I think that you cannot put a pair of scissors and snip it away and then take it in a different direction like J&T did in the 1980s. It just didn't work. He didn't want to use the old writers. He wanted to use writers that never had any experience with science fiction. You know, and they got Pip and Jane Baker, weren't really science fiction writers. Eric Seward was pretty good for what was left. He was a good. He wrote Earthshock, and there were some dark moments. Robert Holmes did a few of the adventures in the latter stages of the year before he passed away. He was very ill up until the trial of the Time Lord, and so Eric Seward, as you know, walked out. He didn't want to know because his mate, Robert Holmes, who he had so much respect for, passed away, and J&T didn't want to know. He says, I don't like this script. You see, what the problem was, Eric Seward wanted to give the Doctor, he wanted to go out in a bang, but J&T wanted a happy ending, you know. We saw what we got in the end of the last episode of The Trial of Time Lord. Anyway, and it was a disaster. It really was a hiatus towards the end, really. Sylvester McCoy came into the show as it was on its last legs, and by then it was finished, really, until RTD came along and kicked the door open with Christopher Eccleston. What a choice. What a bloody choice. What a brilliant actor he was. And he had the same problems with where they wanted to take the Doctor as well. He had his idea where the show should go. And they weren't, you know, he didn't want to go along with all that rubbish that they had planned for him. So they got David Tennant. David Tennant was someone that worked with RTD, so in Casanova and all that. But David Tennant was lined up to be a Doctor. He was all right. He was more comic, wasn't he? He was more humorous. He was more, you know, he did have a serious part of him, so he could play it both ways, couldn't he? Comic and serious, which is good. But Eccleston for me was a great person. There was more to him. There was something about them. Yeah, something about them. The emotion, the projection they give. You feel that you could accept this guy as the Doctor, and he was. Sadly, he left, and I think that the program started to dive a bit after that. And then poor old Peter Capaldi was given Stephen Moffat to write to produce the show. Poor old Peter. I could see why he probably doesn't want. I don't know. I mean, he might probably do conventions or whatever, but I could see why he wasn't involved in the Chibnall episode. But Chibnall 60th, was it the final Jodie Wood? That's right. He wasn't involved in that. You know, when you saw the old Doctors, Paul McGann, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, they all came back. But I don't think Christopher Eccleston wanted to bother. I don't blame him, actually, because he had a row with the BBC. We all know that. Anyway, but I'm getting away from the point. We all know about the decline of the show, and I'm worried about this is where the show's going. It's going into it with Chibnall. It was more like an EastEnders type of thing, wasn't it? Like drama sync adventure. The doldrum of acting, like kitchen sink drama stuff. There was a lot of exposition, but not a lot of action, not a lot of telling you but not showing you type of thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's my opinion. You probably could project it a lot better than I can. But anyway, so unfortunately, I'll probably get slated for saying it, but I just don't think it's going to work. I just don't think it's going to work because Walt Disney are behind this as well, and I can see what they could do. They could put sort of Walt Disney characters as the new monsters and stuff like that. It just, because you've already seen someone looks like Bette Midler in the first one. I don't know what character that was. I think it was she played a witch or something, didn't she? And she had his teeth out like that. And Hocus Pocus, it was a bit like that character. I'm not too sure. I mean, I can't really get judged, but I don't like the idea that this is a political move by the BBC again. I don't think the BBC have got much say in it. Actually, I think they're going to broadcast it, but I think Walt Disney will be giving their sort of because it's to do with ratings in it and stuff like that. Anyway, but my personally myself, I would say that if the guy projects, acts as and starts taking in the role and starts learning and not using any, using his sort of personality in a way that bring the gayness to it, and keep it real, like stories and stuff. The stories have got to be good because it won't work anyway. But I'm 50-50. If it's not very good, I won't watch it. I'd sooner watch Tom Baker, to be honest with you. But we'll see how it goes. I know they brought Catherine Tate back and stuff. We don't know how it's going to go. And I don't know how it's going to go. But I've given you my concerns. But they might not be justified. I might be completely and utterly wrong. I might be a complete wally for saying all this. But in my opinion, this might be going too far. I mean, Jodie Whittaker, yeah, I liked her. She was all right. She, it's just a bad plot she got. She's a great actress. There's a lot of people who didn't agree with her having the job in the first place, but I say yes, she was all right. And her final venture, what an emotional way to go. Anyway, it was brilliant. But then bringing David Tennant back, is it a good idea? Wouldn't it have been better to introduce the new Doctor, instead of drawing audiences to the old stuff they were doing, so it makes it look like David Tennant. David Tennant isn't going to be David Tennant as you remember him. He's going to be done in a new modern way. I don't like the idea of that either, but you'll understand what I mean when you watch it. Anyway, so that's it. I'm going to move away from that because everyone's got their opinion on it. I've got mine. It's obviously not going to match up to yours. Fair enough. Please don't leave a comment and say you complete utter. I mean, I'm only voicing my opinion. Anyway, I've said enough, right? That's the news. He's open. He's come out and said he is. So what? It doesn't matter about that. I don't give a monkeys whether he's gay or black, as long as he can play the role good. I don't mind it. Because I've got to go and buy the DVDs to watch it, and I don't want to go through some sassy old rubbish. I don't want to do that. I want the monsters to be strong. I want new monsters to come in. If it's a new direction, let it be a new, fresh ideas. Ingenuity is what counts. Ingenuity, a fresh stream of ideas. That's what we need. Let the show really take off. Anyway, history will prove me right or wrong, or prove the show right or wrong. Anyway, enough said. Right, moving on. I want to give you an update on my new page and my new group on Facebook. They've actually improved. The page, the Lee Anthony Davis Doctor Who page, is now at 26 followers and 21 likes. So I'm quite proud of that because I only opened it up last week. So, I thought it'd be very slow, but it hasn't. It's done all right. And as for the group, the Lee Anthony Davis, the Doctor Who group, that's now reached 20 members, so I'm proud of that, and I think there'll be more to follow. So I'll give you an update on that. If you want to join the group or the page, it's on Facebook right now. You'll see it. It's got my name on it. Nobody else has got their name on these groups, so mine will stick out. You will find it, I can assure you. Right, anyway, I'm moving on. This is where I do a video. This is where I show at the end the Doctor Who merchandise. Here we are. Here's a Dalek. This one is, I think this one's from the original. This one's a black Dalek from the William Hartnell venture, Invasion of the Dalek. Dalek Invasion of Earth. This is a black Dalek. There you go. There it is in its entirety. I'm going to rush this because I'm running late. So here we go. There's a black Dalek in its enclosure. As I say, I don't want to take them out, but you can see them. There you go. That's the black Dalek, and this is from the Dalek, the original story, the first ever story of a Dalek story. This is what you saw. Miniature as it is. This was in the Daleks. There you go. Can you see that? Brilliant. I don't think it needs to come out of the box anyway. That's it. That's my Doctor Who merchandise. I have some more Doctor Who merchandise for you tomorrow, and some more news and updates, and of course, group of the day, contributor of the day. Now, if you're not happy about what I'm saying on here, that's fine. Then don't come on here giving nasty comments, because all I do is mute you. You know, because I've got a few. I don't do it. My mates will do it. They'll just read it, and if it's too strong because you're not happy what I said, or you're not happy, you don't like me personally making a video anyway, that's fine. Stick in your own area. You know, go somewhere else, because I'm not stopping you. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful for you subscribing, but don't come on here causing me trouble, because I'm not going out to anybody else's causing trouble. I'm not going to. I let people get on with their stuff, and I'll get on with mine. I like making these videos because I enjoy doing them. And if you enjoy doing them, that's a bonus. I mean, if you enjoy watching them, that's a bonus. Anyway, I'm off now. Thank you for watching. I know it's been a long video. I know that I'm running late. I've been working hard on my page and group at the moment on Facebook. That's why I've just run a little bit late and doing other things. As you can see, I'll just show you this quickly before I go. I have just started painting. There you go. I just got that to do now. I started it yesterday. And that's also taking up a bit of time as well. So anyway, thank you for watching. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you at the same time. Well, I will see you just after midnight tomorrow morning, in the early hours of the morning. So thank you for watching. Bye for now.